Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've got a full house of cheering fans, including Earl B, the home team's biggest fan.
Earl B, he's our man. Earl B, the home team's biggest fan.
Great day, great game. Thanks to all you fans for coming out, especially Earl B. See you next game, everybody.
For the people in our armed forces, it's a time of sacrifice, a time of duty. That's why we've joined together to form the Armed Forces Relief Trust to help military families cope with financial and medical emergencies at home. The 4 military aid societies gave millions last year to cover unexpected medical expenses, child care, and more. But with so many overseas, the need is greater than ever. They're serving us. Let's serve them in return.
This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
It's Friday, October 15th. Good evening, everyone, from George Daniel Field. I'm Ron Bacalar, along with my partner, Barry Buck, our cameraman, producer, and director, Joe Bach. And tonight, it's the 8th weekend of high school football. Tonight, the Lorain Southview Saints playing host to the East Cleveland Shaw Cardinals in an Erie Division Lake Erie League football game. The Cardinals come into George Daniel Stadium with a 1-6 record. The Southview Saints are 2-5. So, Barry, this could be a good night for the Saints.
Yeah, this is a game that both teams have an idea coming in and winning, so they're both looking at being able to handle the opposition, and so it could be a good game. Sometimes when you have teams that are evenly matched, regardless of record, we could have a good football game.
And right now at George Daniel Stadium, it is raining, so the field is going to be a bit soggy. And is this going to be an advantage for a team that may not have that speedy back?
I think the problem is going to be is if they can handle the football. I don't know necessarily if it's going to be who can break away and who can get going, because the ground's pretty hard. This rain is going to soften things up a little bit, but I think it's going to be if you can handle the wet football. That's going to be the key.
Okay, let's check now the starting lineups, and tonight's starting lineups for the Lorain Southview Saints, brought to you by Ted's Floor Covering, a local business investing in Lorain's future. Ted's Floor Covering, featuring today's highest fashions for your discriminating tastes. Ted's Floor Covering at 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, with outstanding carpet selections along with vinyl, ceramic, hardwood, and laminate floor coverings. For the Lorain Southview Saints offensively, coached by Tony Shoulders. Starting at quarterback, wearing number 9, a 160-pound sophomore, Todd Ferguson. At tailback, wearing number 21, a 205-pound junior, Juan Williams. At one running back, number 24, a 180-pound senior, Derrick Harvey. The other running back is number 4, a 180-pound junior, former quarterback, now Patrick McCray. The 2 wide receivers, one is Robert Laurenti, wearing number 2, a 175-pound senior. And the other is number 40, a 170-pound senior, Ryan Redinger. Looking at the offensive line for the Saints, at center, wearing number 64, a 240-pound junior, Eric White. At the guards, number 55, a 240-pound junior, Eddie Hall. The other guard, number 52, a 230-pound senior, James Asef. At the tackles, number 66, a 240-pound sophomore, James Young. And rounding out the starting 11 for the Saints offensively, at the other tackle, wearing number 77, a 250-pound sophomore, Ron Swerns. And there you have the starting 11 offensively for the Saints. Now let's look at the starting 11 defensively. At one defensive tackle, number 78, a 260-pound junior, Mike Nazario. The other defensive tackle is number 56, a 200-pound junior, Kanan Watson. At one defensive end, number 21, a 205-pound junior, Juan Williams. And the other defensive end is number 52, a 230-pound senior, James Asef. At the linebackers inside, number 33, a 205-pound senior, the leading tackler on the Saints, Josh White. The other defensive inside linebacker, number 7, a 190-pound senior, Lamar Miller. The two outside linebackers, number 22, a 200-pound senior, Alan Quattlebaum, and number 83, a 175-pound sophomore, Dominic Jones. The two defensive corners, number 20, a 175-pound junior, Devin English. The other defensive corner, number 47, a 165-pound sophomore, Brad Jones. And rounding out the starting 11 defensively for the Saints at free safety, number 40, a 170-pound senior, Ryan Redinger. Those are tonight's starters for the Lorain Southview Saints, brought to you by Ted's Floor Covering, a local business investing in Lorraine's future. Ted's Floor Covering, featuring today's highest fashions for your discriminating tastes. Ted's Floor Covering at 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain. Ted Kalo, president. We'll be back with the opening kickoff and the start of tonight's football game right after this timeout.
What do a store owner, a mother of two, and an honor student have in common? They've all recovered from a mental health problem, and they're all part of our lives. Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Get the facts about mental health. Call 1-800-789-2647 because mental health is part of all our lives.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
There's this guy. Oh, it's in my face. But I love him. He's my coach.
Special Olympics. Inspire greatness.
How you gonna build it? At Wiener Construction, you design it and we build it. It's America's best built hot dog. Start with the teeny weenie, the in-betweeny weenie, or the home wrecker on a fresh steamed bun. Direct the crew to add anything from chili to cheese to 23 extra items and add-ons. Then shovel in the French fries, potato pancakes, corn dogs, and more. Finish the job with a refreshing soda or beer. Wiener Construction. It's not a hot dog, it's a meal.
Back here at George Daniel Field, our ball game underway as the Southview Saints kicked off. The Shaw Cardinals won the toss of the coin, elected to receive. They are going to defend the south goal here in the first quarter. The Saints, needless to say, as we indicated, kicked off, and they will defend the north goal. Angel Acosta making the tackle, and the Shaw Cardinals take over now, 1st and 10. The ball is on their 42-yard line. Quarterback is Lamar Tucker.
Well, we had talked about in the pregame, Ron, whether they were this weather was going to affect anything, and Shaw came out throwing the ball from the beginning. So,
and there is a flag on the 45-yard line. As has been the case in some of our previous games, just to point out briefly, Phone calls were made to Shaw High School earlier in the week requesting information on the team be faxed to us. We did not get anything. What information we have was given to us just prior to the start of tonight's ball game. So we're going to try to wean our way through. A 5-yard penalty against the Cardinals brings the ball back to their 37-yard line where it's now 1st and 15.
An illegal receiver, illegal man downfield, shouldn't that be a loss? Oh, it's never mind. It's not the wrong penalty. Here they go, they're turning the corner. Whoa!
Omar Powell, the ball carrier.
And Ron, obviously the field's a lot slicker than we anticipated. He had a lot of room there and tried to make a cut. And
well, he picked up the 5 yards lost on the penalty plus another 6, so it's now 2nd down and 4 for the Cardinals.
We'll see the replay. He's got a lot of room to turn the corner, and he goes to cut.
Whoop. Slipped right on that 45-yard line. Second and 4 for the Cardinals. And there's a mix-up in the backfield. Loose ball. And it looks like the Saints is still loose. Finally picked up by the Saints.
Lorraine, touchdown.
Robert Lorraine, he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
That was a true scrum for rugby. That was a true scrum right there. That ball, I think everybody on that field touched that football. And it just kept squirting out, and Lorente finally got out there far enough and picked it up and took it in. Big turn for the Saints. That's what they need to start this game. It's always nice when the defense scores for you. Well, all right. Our producer tells us we'll catch the scrum replay after the extra point. It was a long play, so he needs some time to back that thing up. So
Ryan Redinger will hold. And Josh White will attempt the extra point for the Saints, and there's a flag. And apparently it's going to be against Shaw.
This may change Southview's thinking, and they may go for 2 now.
Redinger is just going to move up slightly, and they're going to continue and get the 1 point. Again, Josh White. And it's a fake. Josh White gets the pitch, and he's going to throw it into the end zone, but it was knocked away just at the last moment.
You know, these conditions aren't good for coaches, but the kids love playing in this kind of weather.
So with 10 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the Southview Saints get on the board first. They lead 6-0.
Well, we had 9 seconds and all kinds of excitement in that. Now we know why Southview didn't go for 2, because they were going for it anyway.
Well, you are cordially invited to the Lorain City Schools dedication ceremony and open house for Frank Jacinto Elementary School. The event will take place October 31st and will be held at 2515 Marshall Avenue here in Lorain. The program starts at 2 p.m. There will be tours and free community cookout from 3 until 5 p.m. That is Sunday, October 31st. Which is also our daughter Tracy's birthday. Just thought I'd throw that in. She was a treat instead of a trick back in 1962.
You had your children very, very young then?
Yes.
Okay. We did see the instant replay here, and the ball being kicked around and knocked. That ball was probably on the ground 15 to 20 yards before Lorente picked it up and scored. So big break for the Saints. This one's probably going to go out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and that will give the Cardinals 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Again, Ron, we said it in the pregame, the toughest thing is going to be keeping the ball dry. You know, the officials do the best they can. Hopefully the ball boys can do it, but after a while, the ball's going to get wet and stay wet. Now here it is again. We'll see the scrum. There's 5 yards. There's 10.
It's still loose.
And Lorente almost got tackled by his own player and then got into the end zone for the score.
And that has got to be a thrill for any defensive person.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you can score defensively.
Even though Lorente goes both ways, he's also one of the wide receivers offensively for the Saints.
And he's the transfer from Lorain Catholic.
The give is to Omar Powell. Omar Powell, the ball carrier. He is the tailback, 6'1", 210 pounds, a senior. The quarterback is Lamar Tucker, number 10. He is 5'10", 180, a sophomore. The fullback is number 30, Howard Penland. He's 195 pounds, a senior.
That's a broken play, I believe, and he's going to make it first down out of that.
That's the quarterback, Lamar Tucker, picking up the first down for the Cardinals, getting the ball up to about the 47-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10.
I see their tackle, number 69, is 6'5", 308.
And the other tackle, number 74, Robert Butts, is 6'4" at 330.
Got to balance it out.
The guards are Johnny Miller at 210 or 230, and the other guard is Andre Hewling at 250.
Big hole. Oh, he dropped it.
And a loose ball.
I think they got it back this time. The referee's signaling that it's going to be 2nd down.
Getting the ball into Southview territory. It'll be 2nd down and about 2 yards from the 45-yard line. The offensive front for the Shaw Cardinals averages 264 pounds. The center is number 50, Xavier McDougal. He's a 200-pound freshman.
See, the officials are trying to get a drier ball. So they're going to change balls almost every play, which will slow down the pace of the game.
The handoff is to Powell. Powell picks up the first down for the Cardinals, getting the ball across the 40-yard line to about the 39.
Ron, they do have a common opponent. Shaw's only win was against Lakewood, and one of Southview's wins was against Lakewood. So they have something in common there.
The other victory for the Southview Saints against the Admiral King Admirals.
Oh, nice tackle. Nice.
Once again, Powell, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Angel Acosta. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Also in on the tackle, James Asif.
You know, Ron, one of the things that the players, you have to put out a lot more energy when you're playing on a field that's wet and slippery, trying to get your feet in the right spot. So that could wear down as the game goes on if Southview has a lot of two-way players.
Mix up in the backfield. The ball is loose. Quarterback manages to pick it up. Lamar Tucker, he is running with it. And finally out of bounds on about the 21-yard line, picking up a first down in a mixed play. And one of the Cardinals lost his shoe out there. One of the linemen, guard Andre Hewling.
And by the way, that Shaw's moving the ball here. It's a good thing that the Saints did score first.
Yes.
You know, every time
Tucker hands it off to Powell. Powell right up the middle and short yardage at best.
Every time he, it's like he's having trouble finding the running back. It looks like there's a mix-up almost every play.
Down to 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. pickup of about 3 yards on the play, a short 3, second down, and a long 7 for the Cardinals. And a bit of a timeout for equipment adjustment. One of the players working on his helmet, that being Omar Powell.
So the referee will give him a few seconds if it's fixable, then Shaw just replaced him, so now we can continue.
Shaw's tight end is number 5, Gerald Thomas, at 6 foot, 200-pound junior.
Then we have another timeout.
2 wide receivers in the game. Chris Hayes, a 201-pound junior.
Quarterback
on a
sneak.
Quarterback keep. Tucker manages to get the ball up to the 15-yard line.
There's a little draw. He took a step back and then gave his guard a chance to pull and cross over and trap the Southview defender and then step back into the hole. Southview closed it up pretty quick. See, the referee's got the ball, or the umpire has the ball wrapped in his arms, trying to keep it dry.
Third down and 4 from the 15-yard line. Tucker looking to pass. He's going to run with it, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Should bring the ball back to maybe around the 16-yard line, where it's going to be 4th down and 5. And obviously, the Cardinals are in 4th down territory.
Well, they do have the wind at their back if they're going to try a field goal, but I don't imagine that's going to happen in this kind of weather. So the kicking game, for the most part, except for the punting, will probably become non-existent as the game wears on.
Critical play here for the Southview Saints defensively on the 4th and 5 for the Cardinals. Tucker back to pass, and on the slant play, incomplete. There is a flag in the backfield. The intended receiver, the fullback, Howard
Penland.
Got
roughing the passer. It's going to be half the distance and 1st and goal for the Cardinals. Oh, what a break for them. Southview just had him. It would have been Southview's ball. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not, but referee threw his flag, and that did look weak for what we could see. He didn't go at his head or anything, and he tackled him, and he called roughing the passer. Look at Coach Shoulders is out. He wants an explanation, and I think I would ask for one also. That was a pretty chintzy call.
1st and goal. And it's Powell taking the ball into the end zone. And the Cardinals have put 6 points on the board with 4:52 remaining in the first quarter.
There was a chance they had him stopped running, and then they got the penalty and first play, touchdown. It kind of takes the wind out of your sails there, and you're kind of down because you thought you had him, and then you have to turn around and play defense again.
And according to the replay, it looked like that defensive player had his hands on the quarterback just as he released the ball. It wasn't like there was a second or two afterwards. Here's the touchdown run.
They had him stopped, and he just ran over to players and carried a couple into the end zone.
Powell is 6'1", 210. Incomplete on the attempted 2 extra points. Pass intended for Chris Hayes, a wide receiver. So with 4:52 remaining in the first quarter, we're all tied up. 6 for Southview, 6 for Shaw. The Southview High School Army Jrotc Booster Club is having a fundraiser. It's a steak fry, so you can help a cause and get a good meal in the process. It's going to be Saturday, October 23rd, from 5 until 8 p.m. at the VFW Post, number 451 on Oberlin Avenue. 4562 Oberlin to be exact. Here in Lorraine, donation is $15. You can get tickets and information by calling First Sergeant Obuchi at 240-1262. That's 240-1262. or Shelley Schulich at 282-1701. 282-1701. Beachy.
I got the word from the Southview staff that they may try a little trickery on the first play of scrimmage, so
we'll see. And there's a flag. The kickoff was taken by Derrick Harvey.
I try not to use this word because you make fun of me, but we've had a plethora of flags in the first 7 minutes of this game.
I think that's a very apropos term. Why would I make fun of you?
You always do. Every time I don't say it, you go, "Oh, aren't you going to say plethora?"
Well, I'm glad you did.
Well, then you can come back and say,
night.
"We've had a bunch of flags too, haven't we?"
We certainly have.
These guys need to get their laundry washed. Well, man, that's got to be at least 5, 6 penalties in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Cardinals will now kick off from their own 35-yard line. Robert Lorente, Ryan Harvey, and Derrick Harvey are the deep receivers.
They got a 200-pound kicker.
And the kick is going to go into the end zone. That's an automatic touchback, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints from their own 20-yard line.
That was a good kick considering you had to go back 5, and that's 65 yards in this inclement weather, so
it continues to rain here at George Daniel Field.
It's kind of raining sideways, isn't there? It looks like it's blowing. First miserable evening of the season.
Yes, it has been a
we've had just excellent weather.
Delightful season up until now.
Weather-wise.
Yes. Weather-wise.
Football-wise, it's been a little tough, but weather-wise,
it's left something to be desired.
Well, maybe we could ask for, we'll go with inclement weather and good football.
We're going to have a pass by Patrick McCray over on the far side, back to the quarterback, Todd Ferguson. So Ferguson in at quarterback.
And Patrick McCray was the quarterback at the beginning of the season,
yes.
So good play to run a halfback. But I think, again, Ron, when you run that kind of play, you aren't looking to throw it 5 yards down the field. I think he was looking for someone deep.
Good cookie.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Want to thank the fine folks at Tops in the center of Sheffield for providing the little sandwiches, potato chips, the fruit, the cookies, and your favorite chocolate chip.
And I want to thank you for letting people know that I was eating one.
Well, certainly. Starting to sound like Mike Trevisano when he's on the air. Always eating. That was Derrick Harvey, the ball carrier, picking up the first down for the Southview Saints.
You know, Ron, this game looks like it's going to be one of those whoever has the ball last. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of defense being played here. That's slipping and sliding. And yes, sir, our athletic director is eating the apple pizza. Apple pie pizza.
And that is from CC's Pizza, across from the Amherst Plaza on Cooper Foster Park Road.
Nice play.
The handoff is to Derrick Harvey.
No, Juan Williams, I think.
Juan Williams, you're right. The tailback, Juan Williams.
It's a nice play. We'll see Ferguson, it's a counter. We'll see him fake it. Williams delays and then cuts back behind a pulling guard the pulling guard, and got 8 yards, almost 9. Good play. Good, well executed.
Eddie Hall was out there leading the...
Boy, the umbrellas are flapping now, and the wind must be really kicking up.
2nd down and 1. Now Derrick Harvey, the ball carrier. He's got the first down going into Shaw territory, just across the 50.
If we see the replay here, we'll see number 52, James Asef, just bury this defender from Shaw, which allows the running back to turn it up inside. He pulls, he just buries that guy out there and then goes on for more.
Right.
That's a good play. You know, we talk about it's a thrill for a defensive player to score. It is a thrill for a lineman when he gets a chance to just bury someone and throw that big block and get that running back going.
From the Shaw 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Saints. The give this time is to Ryan Harvey. Harvey gets good yardage up to about the 42-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and maybe 3 or 4.
You know, Ron, it seems that Southview has picked up that maybe Shaw is very, very quick to react. Their last 3 plays have been misdirection. So what they're doing is they're letting Shaw read what they think is happening, and then they come back with a counter and go the opposite direction. So it must be something they've seen in the scouting report that says we can do this.
2nd down and 4 for the Saints.
He did it
On
again.
a counter once again. The give is to Juan Williams. Williams picks up a 1st down for the Saints. The ball inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, you know, Ron, as big as Shaw is offensively, they're awfully small defensively. They got some guys out there, but probably awfully quick.
And we have a timeout on the field with 1:55 remaining in the first quarter. We're all tied up 6-6. Attention organizations looking for interesting programs. Lorain City Schools is offering programs on the school district's history. The programs vary in length from 20 minutes to 1 hour, and they can be tailored to fit the organization's preference. The best thing is there's no charge for any of these programs. They're absolutely free. By the Shores of Old Lake Erie, a history of Lorain High School is one of the shorter programs. Another is How Our Schools Got Their Names. A third, the Lorain Schools Timeline. And a 4th one is Schools of the 1950s. Then the 2 longer ones, which include not only a talk but a video as well. Those are Lorain in 1953, and the other, George Daniel Field, Lorain's Common Ground. To schedule one or more of these free programs, contact Jim Smith, Lorain City School historian. I'll give you the phone number to contact in just a moment. 1st and 10 for the Saints, and it's going to be a pass play
Wide
by
open.
Todd
Oh,
Ferguson. Almost intercepted. The intended receiver for the Saints, Ryan Redinger.
And I know it's hard to get a grip on that football, but Redinger had his man beaten by 10 yards. And
DeAndre Campbell broke it up for Shaw.
you know, we're throwing the ball into a pretty stiff wind, but he's got to release it a little quicker and try to get it there. I see he ended up on the ground. I wonder why there wasn't a flag thrown then. It looked the same as when the Southview was penalized.
That phone number, by the way, for contacting Jim Smith is 233-2240, 233-2240. There's a flag away from the play.
They just kept pushing, and they didn't let up when the whistle blew. He's going to call him for unsportsmanlike probably against Shaw. That's what he has. He has unsportsmanlike. Supposed to let up. We just got a comment from the Shaw coaching staff, home cooking. Well, we were pretty hospitable to the visitors early on with the touchdown penalty. So
Absolutely. And we're being very hospitable up here in the press box. Compliments of Tops at the center of Sheffield, CC's Pizza across from the Amherst Plaza on Cooper Foster Park Road, and Scorchers, 9th and Broadway, downtown Lorain, for the delicious chicken wings.
And our athletic director making sure we have Diet Pepsi this week and bottled water. And
the give is to Juan Williams. Williams is hit at the line. There'll be no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
To show you how we've extended our hospitality, the coach from Bedford said this is the first press box he's been in.
All season.
All season. So.
And on probably the most
needed night.
Day, yes.
Well, when we found out he was scouting Southview, we told him he had to sit outside in the rain.
But he did have one complaint, and so do I. No coffee.
Well.
You got to have coffee on a night like this.
Well, there's coffee. He just didn't want to go pay for it.
Well, Ray Ebersol always had coffee up here. Kenny Clark.
They're both gone. What does that say? That's probably because they both drank it.
All right, the
Oh,
ball
shot.
carrier is Derrick Harvey. And again, just a lot of running, but not too many yards picked up, maybe about a yard and a half at best. That'll bring up a third down.
What you got to do there, Ron, when you run that misdirection, you run it wide, he just got to turn the jets on from the beginning, and he was like looking for his hole, and that defender shot the gap and got him. He's just got to take off. He had the corner, and then see this guy just read it, came inside, number 34. Oh, I don't see a 34, so can't call his name. End of the quarter.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter with the score all tied up.
The right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
We're all tied up at 6 points apiece, and Ferguson looking to pass. Incomplete, right off the fingertips of Ryan Harvey.
This is the kind of night, Ron, you're going to have to throw the ball between the numbers and hit him in the chest and hope they can catch it. I don't know that anybody's going to be able to put their hands out on the ball and pull it in. I'm sure Southview's going to go for it here.
Well, Josh White is coming out on the field. We'll see if there's going to be a field goal attempt. The ball is spotted on the 12-yard line. Now he's out there for a different reason, obviously. Derrick Harvey in motion, and on a screenplay, grabbed by Ryan Harvey. Harvey into the end zone, touchdown.
I tell you, Todd Ferguson did a good job of letting the people come in, and he just kept going back, and they just kept coming, and he just dumped the ball at the very last second, and then Harvey made a nice cut because he's got his back to the defense. He can't see where the defenders are. He turns around, made a nice cut, and then split the defense right up the center for a score.
Now the attempt for the extra point. Redinger holding. Josh White will attempt the kick, and it is blocked. Low kick blocked.
You know, Ron, that's the kind of play that'll just cause a defensive coach to age about 10 years. Because you tell them, 4th and 8, watch for screen, watch for draw, watch for reverse. And what did they throw?
A screen.
A screen.
A screen. Well, with 11:46 remaining in the second quarter, the Southview Saints have jumped ahead by 6. It's 12 for Southview, 6 for Shaw. The Lorraine Sports Hall of Fame, honoring Lorraine's all-time greatest athletes, will present the class of 2005 inductees at their annual banquet in May of 2005. Nominations for eligible candidates are now being accepted until the October 31st deadline. Nomination applications, forms, and eligibility rules are available at their website, which is www.lorrainesportshalloffame.com. For questions and or assistance with nomination forms or to obtain forms, you can also call one of the following Lorain Sports Hall of Fame members: Ron Feldkamp at 244-3490. No, correction, 244-3449, 244-3449. Also Ted Driscoll at 984-2802. And there's the kickoff. Taken on the 15-yard line, and coming this way is Chris Hayes.
Tackle.
Hayes is brought down.
That's a well played.
In on the tackle, Paul Shedrin. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals on their own 20-yard line. Now in at quarterback for the Cardinals, number 7 is Dante Ware, a 182-pound junior. Dante Ware. And the give is to Powell. Powell breaks away at the line. He's got a first down, still on his feet, and finally tackled around the ankles, brought down by Ryan Redinger.
That's a game-saving tackle there. Powell just broke loose. You know, Ryan, this is probably the 3rd or 4th game in a row where we've seen a big back come into George Daniels Stadium. And by big, we're talking 200 pounds or better. And they just, you know, it's hard for a high school kid to, you know, some colleges don't have 200-pound tailbacks. And
from the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. The Saints coming in on a blitz, and they get Lamar Tucker in the backfield.
There's another flag.
No, there is a flag, and I correct that. That's Howard Penland, the fullback. Howard Penland, Kanan Watson making the tackle.
This one's against Southview. Another personal foul penalty.
Well, that's going to give the Cardinals 15 yards and put the ball into Southview territory, where it's going to be 1st and 10.
Well, I know his coach Shoulders is really upset at his players this time, so must have been something said.
And Coach Shoulders wants a timeout. He is so upset he wants to talk, and he is, you could see him gesticulating out there.
If you were one of the players, would you be in a hurry to get over there?
Yeah, like get here now, immediately, if not sooner. Well, we have a timeout on the field. And last night at Lorain Southview High School, we had the pleasure of doing the Southview Maple Heights volleyball game. And that one, if Southview had won, would have been for all the marbles. They would have been the champs outright in the Erie Division. But as fate would have it, Maple Heights won it in 5 games, with Southview winning games 1 and 2, Maple Heights 3 and 4, and then the 5th tiebreaker was won by Maple Heights 16-14.
Wow.
So Maple Heights and Southview are co-champs. But anyway, our producer-director Joe Bach shared with me an email that he received from head coach Gina Kelly. She had emailed him thanking TV20 for supporting the Southview girls volleyball team throughout the season, for doing the game last night. And she said, I guess it's better to be co-champ than to be no champ. Play on words, and I just thought that was a real touch of class by Gina Kelly. The ball carrier was Lamar Tucker.
It would have been nice to come out as a defending champ and been 2 years in a row. You know, and you had the best of both worlds. You had them at home.
Yes.
You know, that's all you could ask for, is to be playing your closest opponent at home.
And the irony is when Southview played Maple Heights there, it also went 5 games. And Powell slipping, but you can't get up, son. This is not the NFL.
But if the referee didn't blow the whistle, which I don't think I heard anything.
Well, the referee is standing right where Powell went down.
Oh, he is, but I don't know that it.
We have our windows down this game for obvious reasons.
We've been hearing a lot of whistles prior to that. You can tell how inclement the weather's getting, although the basketball coach Feldman, he's not used to being in the rain, so he's here. Doesn't rain in the gym, so.
He's going to hit you with that chair.
Yeah, he's coming over here because he knows I'm talking about him. Now he's coming over here to see if I'm going to referee his preview. That's what he's over here for.
Or maybe he's going to try to get your chocolate chip cookie. Ball carrier is
it's loose.
Dante
Saints got
Ware.
it. Oh, he's going to call him down. The referee's going to call him down on the ground, so that's going to be Cardinal ball again, but it's going to be 4th down.
And a loss on the play back to about the 40-yard line, just inside the 40, so it's 4th and 10 for the Cardinals.
And, Ron, as the game goes on, it's just going to get harder and harder to hold on to the ball.
Well, it looks like the Cardinals are going to go for it. Lamar Tucker in at quarterback.
I think the way things are, Ron, I'd put the...
And a loose ball as he couldn't get the snap from the center, and he's going to be tackled. He flips it, but he was down on the ground. He flipped it back to number 34. We don't have a name. Patrick McCray
was on the tackle.
In on the stop. So the Saints hold, and they take over 1st and 10, the ball just inside their own 40-yard line.
See, Ron, I think I would have punted that and tried to put him down because you don't know what holding on to the ball. This is like Lakeview ball, way back to Lakeview Park ball, and tossing him. And you know, you really don't have anything to lose by tossing that ball because it's 4th down anyway. So see if the Saints can mount a drive here. They have the wind at their back.
The handoff goes to
nice
Jamel
cut.
Hassan. Jamil Hassan coming to the near side. He's to the 40, still on his feet, finally driven out of bounds. In on the stop, Darryl Straughter.
You know, one of the things, Ron, I hope the officials understand that when they get close to the sidelines like that, the defender, it's going to be real hard for him. And I'm glad he didn't throw a flag there to put on the brakes and say he hit him out of bounds. But, you know, I hope they understand that. And Hassan did a nice job of transferring the ball to the outside arm, and we'll see right here that player tried to ease up, and I'm sure the official thought the same thing. So it'll be very difficult to be able to stop like you normally would.
Ball is on the 38-yard line in Shaw territory, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ryan Harvey in motion. The pitch comes back to Hassan.
Let's run it again.
Hassan. And another 1st down for Southview.
Oh, I think...
apparently a loose ball.
Oh, he's going to call him
but
down.
They're going to call him down. The official is saying he was down.
Home cooking.
Nothing like home cooking.
Nothing like a good home-cooked meal.
But the reality is the home team doesn't pick the officials. They're all picked by the league commissioner.
51's in our way. We can't see it. He looks like he's down when the ball came loose.
Oh, yeah. And the ground cannot cause a fumble. So the ball is on the 29-yard line, shy of the 1st down, 2nd down, about 1.5 yards. The ball carrier this time, Juan Williams, he picks up the 1st down, getting it inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Southview with 7:30 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Ron, I saw one last night in the Miami-Louisville game. Louisville was punting the ball, and the Miami player pushed the Louisville player out of bounds like he's supposed to do. The Louisville player ran into a Miami coach, and they called a penalty on the coach. Gave him a 15-yard penalty. The guy was just standing there.
Hassan, once again, the ball carrier, gets good yardage on that one. Inside the 20, it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4. Gain of 6 yards on the play.
Ron, I just heard one of the Shaw coaches tell his players, wait a half a step and make sure that the quarterback has the ball. Make sure that he didn't drop the drop the snap. So just wait a half a second because they can't get going either. And both teams are probably a second slower than they normally would be because the ground is just getting wetter and wetter.
Ryan Harvey again in motion.
There's
a fake
the counter
pitch
again.
And a counter play. Juan Williams, the ball carrier, gets inside the 15-yard line.
Again, the guy that's been doing all the running, Omar Powell, is a linebacker inside at 6'1", 210. Again, the Saints must see something on the scouting reports that say we can trap this team.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 1.
Is that game tonight? No, tomorrow night.
The give is to Hassan, picking up the first down, getting inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Southview Saints. No laundry on the field. We're all set to go.
That's about 4 plays in a row without a flag.
I'm telling you. They may be setting some kind of a precedent.
Let them play. And the Saints are very, very happy. See, Ron, again, with Shaw running that play and giving the Saints the ball at the 45, the Saints only play half the field to get there. And now they're down inside their 10-yard line. 1st and goal.
Ball is on the 7-yard line.
It's all been on the run.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Down to about the 2.
Juan Williams, the ball carrier.
Again, the Saints are just this was a straight dive run. This time they just took the ball and just handed it straight off, and man-on-man blocking. I see a trap again. So backside guy pulled, and James Young pulled, and that's it's working well for the Saints, so they might as well just keep going.
2nd down and goal. Ball is on the 3. Todd Ferguson, the quarterback. Ryan Harvey in motion. The give again is to Juan Williams. Williams in the end zone, touchdown. 6 more points on the board for the Saints. They've got 18, Shaw's got 6. 4:29 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Boy, that wind is really... That flag is just crackling over there on the pole, Ron, and you can see the jackets on the sidelines being blown around.
One young man on the sideline for
Southview
has a plastic bag, and it's controlling him. He's just taking it, throwing it to the ground. I've had enough. That's enough with the plastic bag.
Win this. He just ripped it and just tore it off and said, that's it.
That's for garbage, not to protect. Ryan Harvey, the ball carrier, make that Derrick Harvey, missing on the 2 extra points. So again, with 4:29 remaining in the first half, it's Southview 18, Shaw 6. Want to remind you, we talked last week, if you recall, Barry, that one of the Lorain Admiral King football players, Gabe Washington, nominated by head coach Tony Campo, Mark Campo, to make the trip to California for the premiere showing of Friday Night Lights. And he was a recipient, went out there and just had a great time meeting all kind of key people. Well, tomorrow, Saturday, October 16th, the Elyria Chronicle-Telegram is going to have a feature story on Gabe Washington's trip out to Hollywood. So if you're a subscriber to the Chronicle-Telegram, you can look for that. If you're not, you might want to go out and pick up a copy.
Sounds to me like that might be a topic for Focus.
Or for Sports Scene. With Tim Alcorn. And you will be teaming up with Tim next week, Wednesday, here at George Daniel Field for the 7th and 8th grade football games between Lorain Middle and Whittier.
Remember, that was originally scheduled for Tuesday, so.
The kickoff taken on the 10-yard line. And the tackle made around the 27 by Devin English. On the kickoff return, Austin Woods.
Yeah, I was talking to Tony Melendez, the coach at Whittier, and that's traditionally the last game of the season. But earlier in the year, when there was a threat of a hurricane coming this direction with some rain, Buckeye canceled the game with with Whittier. Now they have to play it the week following. So this won't be the final game for Whittier.
Powell, the ball carrier, getting the handoff from quarterback Lamar Tucker. Picked up a couple of yards on the play, 2nd down and 8. The ball on the 30.
The way the Shaw coach was exuberating the fact that play was there, I thought they were going for a long way, and they got 2 yards. So again, with 4 minutes left, there's not an into the wind. I don't think they're going to run or throw the ball much. Maybe the Saints can get out of this, and then the Saints will get the ball to begin the second half.
3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining on the clock.
As I say that, we come out winging.
And the pass from Lamar Tucker, incomplete, intended for Chris Hayes.
Again, Ryan, it's going to be awfully tough to move the ball through the air with the conditions and the ball getting wet as the game goes on. You only have so many balls, and you can only keep it so dry, the towels. So it's just going to be very difficult to throw the ball.
3rd and 8 from the 30. The give is to Powell. Powell bangs away from one group of tacklers, picks up the first down, gets the ball across the 40.
They had him in the backfield.
Yes, they did.
2-yard gain maybe, and then it would have been 4th and 6. They would have had a punt, and he broke it. We'll see it here. They had him hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he broke it. Alan Quattlebaum on the tackle, but strong young man, hard runner, got him another set of downs.
Then, too, he just might have banged into one of his own teammates, Matthew Womack, a 220-pound offensive tackle. There's a pass complete.
Because he's
Chris Hayes, and he's going to break it loose for the touchdown. The Shaw coaches up here are wondering why he was coming to the near side, and he just showed them why.
They were yelling at him. He's got to go upfield. He's got to go upfield. Why is he running sideways?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I hope he plays that for him. I hope his grandmother's listening to them and plays that back for him and say, this is why I went upfield. Of course, there were 3 missed tackles along the way, but he just when he turned the corner, he was gone. Looked like one of Coach Feldman's guards heading to the hoop for 2.
And the attempt for the 2 extra points, Powell on the carry.
Oh, they got it.
And the 2 are on the board, along with the 6 on the touchdown. So with 3:03 remaining in the first half, it is Southview 18, Shaw 14.
Now, how big is that missed tackle in the backfield for 4th down looming on this? We're going to see the instant replay of this young man coming to go across the field. This is where the Shaw coaches start yelling right there about him coming upfield. See, the Saints took the wrong angle.
Yes.
And then when he turned the corner, he had him beaten. They didn't take the right. You know, you got to give him 5 yards or 10 yards down the field, but get an angle where you'll meet. They weren't going to catch him. A young man turned the corner, 201-pound wide receiver.
And some very obvious missed tackles as he was coming to the near side.
As he was running east and west instead of north and south. Did you know that Avon Lake is one of the only fields that I know of that run east and west in high school football?
Yes.
Do you know why?
Chris Hayes will kick off for Shaw.
Fields go north and south?
Because of the sun?
Yep.
Picked up on the 15-yard line and in the open, just 1 tackler remaining. That is Ryan Harvey.
Man, there was a hole big enough there for any one of us to get through for a few yards.
Once again, let me correct myself. Derrick Harvey. Derrick Harvey on the kickoff return.
Just say one of the Harvey boys.
One of the Harvey boys. I guess I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, 1st and 10. They're not yelling at TV, but the PA announcer. Jamil Hassan, the ball carrier, gets it up to the 40-yard line, where he is met by a plethora of Cardinal tacklers.
And a whole bunch of them, too.
Besides.
I guess we need to pass on the advice to the announcer upstairs, just say one of the Harvey boys. Then
Yes.
you got it covered.
Number 24 is Derrick Harvey. Number 23 is Ryan Harvey. And on 2 occasions already, I made reference to number 24 is Ryan, and it should be, and it is Derrick. Ferguson with the ball, looking to pass, lets it go downfield, and almost intercepted.
Nice defensive play
by DeAndre Campbell. 2 receivers down there in the end zone, Ryan Redinger for 1, and the other, I believe, was Paul Shedron.
But again, this comes from what they see on Sunday. That defender for Shaw was beaten. The ball was underthrown, and if we could see his celebration, like he had this play covered all the way. And that's the kind of stuff that you don't need to see in sports. I mean, he's beaten, and then he makes a nice play, and he gets up and dances, and, just play the game.
Well, they watch that kind of stuff in the NFL, and they have the tendency to ape it, and that's what's going on in some cases. Jamil Hassan breaks away from a would-be tackler in the backfield and picks up a first down for the Southview Saints on an excellent pass play from quarterback Todd Ferguson.
Again, talk about missed tackles. Shaw missed 1, there's 2, 3, 4. They had 4 missed tackles on the way to the first down, and Saints have plenty of time. They're inside the 30. They need to get that score back that they gave up.
They've got 1:35. Clock continues to run here in the first half.
And they have 2 timeouts.
Ferguson back to pass again on the far side. Intended receiver Ryan Harvey almost picked off again.
That was 6 the other way. It looked like it, didn't it?
2nd and 10.
Let's see the replay here. Todd just throws his ball out, and I think the defensive back was looking at the wide receiver. He wasn't looking at the ball, because I think if he'd had his eyes on the ball, he'd have taken that. And I assume with the band lined up down here that they are not going to march. Is that a good assumption?
I think that is a safe assumption.
Wonder if
they will entertain from the track. Ferguson being chased in the backfield. He's going to hang on to the ball, gets up to the line of scrimmage, and is tackled from behind. Making the stop, DeAndre Campbell.
I wonder what effect this will have on the event scheduled for tomorrow evening. We do have a timeout here.
All right, timeout on the field. And the score is Southview 18, Shaw 14. We're going to have a night at the races to benefit Southview men's basketball. That's going to be held Saturday, November 6th from 6:30 until 11 o'clock at the Lorain PACC Hall at the corner of 28th and Caroline Avenue. There will be food, entertainment, beverages, races, $10 donation per ticket, $10 to purchase a horse, not a real one, of course, $50 donation to sponsor a race, and it's all being sponsored by the Southview Adult Booster Club. You can get further information and or tickets or sponsor a horse by contacting Brian Corey, the varsity boys basketball coach. The number to call is 989-8800, 989-8800. Third down and 11 for the Southview Saints. Ferguson looking to pass. He's being chased, gets away from one tackler. He's going to hang on to the ball and drop that about the 26-yard line. Did not get out of bounds. And Shaw is calling the timeout with 1 minute remaining.
Well, I wonder why they would do that. Unless he pointed the wrong direction. I can't believe that Shaw would call a timeout.
4th down, they probably want to see if they can get the ball back and do something with it before the half comes to an end. And by the way, the Southview Varsity Marching Band will be performing at halftime, and you'll see the band perform. There won't be any marching, needless to say, because of the wet field, but you'll be able to hear the music, and it's all going to be brought to you by the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain. So stay tuned for that. One of our other fine sponsors, Ted's Floor Covering, brings you the opening lineups for the home team. We had our carpeting installed in one of our bedrooms today by Ted's Floor Covering. Went out and bought the carpeting 2 days ago. They installed it today, and it is beautiful.
You loud on it?
Yes, I put the furniture back on it today.
After that, are you loud on it?
Absolutely. With my shoes off, though.
You have to run the...
Hassan, the ball carrier, on the 4th down. He's not going to make the 1st down as he manages to get just to the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals have held. They will get the ball 1st and 10.
There's a
clock is stopped with 54 seconds remaining.
The change of possession. As soon as they get the ball marked and get it going, he will, you'll see him ring it up. He spotted the ball, but I don't know why they wouldn't have started the clock. I didn't know that was a... Yeah, but I didn't know it was a dead ball. I thought once they got it... So you got a free hold timeout then, actually.
Well, you learn something new
I did learn
every
something.
game.
That's why I'm not a football referee, I guess.
Josh White on
down
the
call. Good
blitz.
job, Allen. Good job. You'll give up the 5 yards. Now they're going to call timeout. This is their last one. The clock's still running.
Lamar Tucker, the ball carrier, picks up about 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7.
They lost about 3 seconds.
Timeout on the field with the score still Southview 18 and Shaw 14. You are cordially invited. We'd like to remind you again to the Lorain City Schools dedication ceremony and open house for the brand new Frank Jacinto Elementary School. It'll take place on October 31st, right there, Marshall Avenue. Program starts at 2 p.m. There will be tours and free community cookout from 3 until 5 p.m. Wonder if our producer-director, Joe Bach, will be spinning the hot dogs and the hamburgers. No?
He'll be spinning the camera.
Oh, the camera. Absolutely.
You going to do the play-by-play, Ron?
I have not been asked.
On your left, we have the art room.
We did a focus show. In fact, we did 2 of them, I do believe, from the new Frank Jacinto Elementary School. We took a tour of the building about midway through its construction, and then we did a program with the students from Admiral King who are actually doing the labor work there, bricklaying. The holdup is Chris Hayes on the far side, talking to his coach. And the head referee now indicating we'll get the show on the road.
Shotgun.
2nd down and 7.
Whoa.
Shotgun, Lamar Tucker, long pass, almost intercepted by the Saints.
You know, Ron, the Saints
had his hands on the ball. I'm trying to catch the number. I do believe that was Juan Colon, number 30 or number 20, Devin English.
You know, he's lucky because he stopped, and the Shaw receiver went behind him. The ball was underthrown, but he's got to keep backing up. He's got to keep running as long as the ball is in the air. And they got a break there. We'll see it here on the – see him – he just kind of stops. Seeing the ball gets –
Now, Devin English broke the pass play up. Again from the shotgun, Lamar Tucker passing to Powell, incomplete, could not hang on, covering on the play for the Saints, Patrick McCray. That'll bring up a 4th and 7.
Wonder if we're going to see our first punt or if Shaw's going to go for it from there. Oh, here comes the punt team.
Well, they've got 33.5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Hey, real quick, I need what's Coach Coffey's phone number? That's what I said. How did we get the film exchange that quick? I thought we were at third. Coach Coffey's phone? Yeah, I was talking before and I thought I wrote it down, but I don't know if that's right. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me watch this one play.
Chris Hayes in punt formation, standing on his own 16-yard line.
Look out.
Long snap over his head. He's going back, chasing after it. The ball is still loose, and
Saints
it is
got it.
covered by the Saints.
Got to be on the 2-yard line.
Saints will have a 1st and goal with 28 seconds remaining.
Yep.
Ball is on about the 3-yard line.
See, Ron, this goes back to course management. You try to get the ball. I mean, you got to run it and hope you can break one. You throw 2 passes, stop the clock. The Saints get the time, and now you get a big turnover. And see what interesting the Saints do if they run it or throw it.
Ferguson, the quarterback. In motion, Derrick Harvey.
Oh!
And
Juan
the give
got
is to Juan
stuck in the
Williams.
back. I wonder if the Saints are gonna have to call a timeout here so they can get.
Clock is stopped with 19.8 seconds, and the Saints have in fact called a timeout.
See, ideally, what you wanted to do, Ron, if you could have gotten up and gotten lined up, down the ball, that would have given you 2 plays. But you can stop this one. Saints still have 2 plays. They're gonna have to throw the ball now, both times.
Well, it's 2nd and goal. The ball is on about the 2-yard line.
If they try to run it and they get stopped, they're not going to be able to line up and get another play in.
Looking at the Lorain County records for most yards rushing, the number 3 player in Lorain County with 348 yards in a game against Lakewood, 2002, Jeff Hughes. And also, Jeff Hughes is in the number 12 position with 305 yards against Sandusky back in 2000.
Raymond anywhere in there?
Yeah, Raymond Harris of Admiral King in the number 5 position, 332 yards in a game against Lorraine Senior, 1988.
Oh, he did make it.
Absolutely, a touchdown scored by Derrick Harvey.
You're sure now you got the right one?
Number 24 is Derrick Harvey. And if it isn't, then...
Well, then obviously the guy upstairs got it right because the lady wasn't up screaming at us again, so he must have gotten it right this time.
Well, a great break for the Southview Saints with 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Jumping ahead by 10 points, 24-14. They'll go for the 2 extra points. Derrick Harvey gets the pitch from Ferguson. He goes into the end zone for the 2. It is Southview 26, Shaw 14. We'll have a kickoff and see what happens with 16 seconds remaining.
I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if the Saints wouldn't try an onside. You have nothing to lose by an onside. Get the ball back, maybe run 1 play.
And also prevent a run back.
Yes, definitely.
Looking at the Erie division of the Lake Erie League, Maple Heights and Bedford tied for first place with 2-0 records. Maple Heights has the best record overall, along with Garfield Heights, 6-1 on the season. Bedford is 4-3. Garfield Heights, though, is 1-1 in the Erie division. Warrensville Heights also 1-1, 5-2 overall. Southview and Shaw have yet to win a game in the Erie division, but one of them will get into the win column tonight. They are 0-2 in the division. Southview 2-5 overall, Shaw 1-6.
Don't you find it interesting?
You pointed out, Barry, their common denominator in the 1 win for Shaw and one of the 2 wins for Southview against Lakewood.
Don't you find it interesting that we're into the 8th week of the season and the leader of the division is 2-0?
2-0.
I just find that absolutely amazing.
Kick is recovered over on the far side on about the 26, 27-yard line. No run back, so with 11 seconds now remaining in the second quarter, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10.
And you got a player hurt. I think it's taken us 15 minutes to play these last 2 minutes of this half. Between timeouts and turnovers, now an injury.
And the injury is against one of the Cardinals over on the far side.
And I think he's the young man that fell on the football. I didn't see anybody have to tackle anybody.
Well, we'll take a timeout and hope that he gets up without too much trouble. We'll be back in a moment.
CC's Pizza, all you can eat for only $3.99.
CC's Buffet has 16 kinds of great tasting pizza, pasta, salad, and desserts, all you can eat for only $3.99. And CC's was voted #1 for overall customer satisfaction.
Best buffet that you can find, lunch and dinner anytime. Let's go to CC's Pizza. Great taste at a great price.
All right, our Shaw Cardinal was able to get up and move off the field on his own. Lamar Tucker, the quarterback, looking to pass, can't find a receiver. He's running with the ball, picks up a first down, gets to the 50, and slides at about the 46-yard line. A real NFL slide.
And the half comes to an end.
And that's the end of the first half of play, with Southview leading by 12. It's 26-14 over the Shaw Cardinals. And we invite you now to stay tuned for the halftime show performed by the Southview Varsity Marching Band. They won't be marching, they're standing on the track, but they'll be playing some great music, brought to you by the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain. On Saturday, October 16th, on the stage at the Palace, it's going to be the Ballet Gran Folclorico de Mexico. And on the 17th of October, that Sunday, the movie is Without a Paddle, rated PG-13, showtime 7 p.m., admission $3 for everybody. But the big movie weekend is October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, showtime 7 p.m. on Lorain County's largest screen with the best sound system. You've got to get there to see Spider-Man 2. That's at the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain. Admission $3, and with that admission, you'll get a free box of popcorn. Now, enjoy the Southview Band.
Thank you.
right, there you have the Southview High School Varsity Marching Band performing for you at halftime. Not on the field as they normally do, but on the track. The music was great. And brought to you by the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain. Keeping in mind that the big movie of the month is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th. It is Spider-Man 2. Admission is $3 for all ages. And once you're there, that paid admission will get you a free box of popcorn. So get on out and see Spider-Man 2 on Lorain County's largest screen with the best sound system. You'll walk away from seeing that movie with a great deal of awe. And then on Saturday, October 30th, that will be the Mark Ballard Gospel Concert on the stage of the Palace Civic Center. You can call for ticket information at 245-2323. That's 245-2323. We'll be back with the start of the second half of this football game with Southview in the lead, 26-14 over Cleveland East Shaw, right after this timeout.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Carlton. Doing music at school has had a great impact on my life. I definitely wouldn't be making music now or be where I am today if it weren't for the training I got in class. If you have the opportunity to do music at school, take advantage. Making music takes people places, and you never know where it may take you. To learn more about how you can make your own music, go to The Edge at www.themusicedge.com.
How you gonna build it? At Wiener Construction, you design it and we build it. It's America's best built hot dog. Start with the DD Weenie, the In-Betweeny Weenie, or the Home Wrecker on a fresh steamed bun. Direct the crew to add anything from chili to cheese to 23 extra items and add-ons. Then shovel in the French fries, potato pancakes, corn dogs, and more. Finish the job with a refreshing soda or beer. Wiener Construction. It's not a hot dog, it's a meal.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Back here at George Daniel Field, second half action getting underway as the Cardinals kick off to the Saints and Juan Williams, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Almost breaking away an opening kickoff here in the third quarter for a touchdown, brought down by the Cardinals, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Southview with good field position on the Cardinals' 35-yard line.
Boy, that would have been back-to-back shots for the Saints there. Score with 3 seconds left or whatever, 16 seconds left, and then to come back and score this one.
Oh, my. I
You
had
all right?
a potato chip caught in my throat. Didn't go down all the way. The handoff is to Derrick Harvey.
Well, if he'd have stepped outside once he got past the first line.
Derrick up close to the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
I think if the Saints can put one in here, that'll be pretty good cushion to have with this kind of weather conditions. We'll see them.
Rain has not let up. It's still coming down. Not hard, but it's coming down steady. A good soaker.
What we need, but not on Friday night.
Ryan Harvey, the ball carrier, and a flag on the far side. Tackle made by Omar
That's a
Powell.
hold. That's usually going to be a hold.
Holding is the call against the Saints, so it'll bring it back from the point of the foul, which is around the 30-yard line. Bring it back to the 40, where it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Well, the flag was on the 30, but they started marching on the 33. One thing I'm learning game after game is don't try to outguess the officials. Ball is on the 43-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 18. Fake pitch and a counter play. It's Ryan Harvey, the ball carrier. Gets up to about the 37-yard line. Picked up 6 yards. 3rd down and 12.
Well, I got to believe that the Saints are in 4-down territory, so what they should try to do, they should try to get 6 or 7 of these yards this time instead of trying to get all 12. Get half of it. Even if you don't make it, you still have Shaw in their own territory deep, so that's – I don't see much advantage to punting one here.
Derrick Harvey in motion coming near side. Ferguson looking to pass. Can't find anyone. He's going to, and he let the ball go, and it was knocked out of his hands.
They're calling it incomplete pass.
They're calling it incomplete, so it brings up a 4th down. Ferguson was hit by Omar Powell. And Josh White has come out to punt the ball.
Well, he was over the line of scrimmage when he let that ball fly. Now I would punt it 4th and 12. I try to pin them deep, just get it over the line of scrimmage. And
White standing on his 50. And the punt is blocked momentarily. And now it's loose.
Oh, I think they got it back. Here he comes out of the huddle with it. Another scrum. Wow.
DeAndre Campbell for the Cardinals.
This is not very good football, but it is pretty entertaining.
It's amusing.
We see a block. I think he got his hand on this. Juan just took a little too tired. Josh took a little too long. Now this guy picks the ball up. He has no business picking this ball up.
And he ultimately recovered the ball.
Now he gets up and tries to come out of there.
I mean, the fact that he's down doesn't matter to him. He's going to get up and run.
Well, they do on Sunday. Nice tackle.
Nice tackle by
Patrick
McCray.
Well done. He broke down and took on a much bigger, Patrick McCray I don't think is much more than, what am I looking for here? I don't see the weight, but maybe you have it written. No, he's 180, it says, so he's given up 25 pounds. And that running back looks a lot bigger than Patrick McCray. But he did a good job of holding him to a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9. Incomplete pass. Quarterback Lamar Tucker.
There again was another case where the Southview defender was looking at the receiver and not the ball. And ball went flying over everyone's head.
Chris Hayes, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 9.
Well, we should have known it was going to rain here today because we watched the baseball game last night in St. Louis. It rained.
Oh, did it?
And they played that game.
Once again, the ball carrier is
There, he
Omar
breaks it again.
Powell.
Broke it again
On the far side, picks up the first down for the Cardinals.
They had
Getting
him
the
again,
ball
Ron.
over the 45-yard line.
Had him hemmed in again and let him turn the corner. The referees have just given up trying to wipe the ball off. The umpire just holds it. See, right there, they had him twice and let him
Josh
get out.
White finally grabbed the back of the shirt and wrestled him out of bounds. 1st and 10, the ball just over the 45-yard line.
I mean, I'm the Shaker coaching staff. I'm giving him the ball the rest of the night.
Tucker again passing. Hayes, the receiver.
I don't know if these Shaw guys are watching the same game I am, but he just completed a pass, and they're yelling about him not throwing the ball.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 2nd down and 4.
He must be watching a different game, Joe. What do you think?
The ball in Southview territory on the 48-yard line. 2nd and 4.
Going into a very brisk wind, going into a rain.
Pass in the flats and getting away from Redinger, one tackler, and finally driven out of bounds.
Josh
White. On the reception, Austin Woods picking up the first down for the Cardinals.
That would have been had that been incomplete, that would have been a lateral because the ball was thrown backwards. Almost thought it was going to be a double pass because he threw the ball backwards, but they gave him some room to break it, and he got it out there for a first down. So if I were the Shaker staff, I'd just give the ball number 9 the rest of the way and say carry it into the end zone.
1st and 10 from the Southview 40. Tucker to pass over on the far side. Incomplete. Hitting the ground first, the intended receiver, Chris Hayes. 2nd down and 10.
Again, Ron, I just wonder why they're throwing the ball when they've got a big running back like that on this kind of track. It's a perfect field for him to take off. The defenders can't get good grip.
Pitch now goes back to Powell. Powell blasts one tackler out of the way. Gets up to the 35-yard line, a gain of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. Make it 3rd and 5.
I think he hit Robert Lorente, and I'm sure that Lorente didn't see any of those backs that size at Lorain Catholic teams that they played. He took a pretty good lick. You know, Ron, one of the young men at Whittier, football player who broke his kneecap, is little Jrotc, and he's well on his way to recovery. He's going to get off his crutches Tuesday, I think he said.
Well, good. Tucker back to pass. Intercepted by the Saints. Coming up the far sideline, finally brought down on the far side, Patrick McCray.
See, again, Ron, you gain 9 yards with the run, and he runs over people, and then you turn around and throw it again. He threw it right to him. There wasn't anybody. And there's a situation where McCray just got to step out of bounds and say, we got this far, let's go with the ball.
Southview 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
Play's been very, very successful for the Saints. And
Juan Williams, the ball carrier.
All they're looking for right now, Ron, is 4 or 5 yards at a time.
Eat up the clock. Keep possession.
Move the sticks and
gain of 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Looking across the way, the Cardinals on the sidelines are kind of spread out. You look down here on the near side, the Saints on the sideline, they're all huddled together. They want that warmth, togetherness. The give again to Juan Williams. Williams to the 50-yard line.
You know, Ron, you would think with the Shaw being the Cardinals, you would think that the Birds would want to be huddled together and try to stay warm, but...
Well, the Cardinal is a winter bird. They stay here for the wintertime. They're brave. They don't fly south.
That's quite a response.
They're not like those weakling robins.
Or the geese.
No gain on that play. That'll bring up a 4th down, and obviously a punting situation. Juan Williams, the ball carrier.
Those geese go south to ruin another golf course somewhere else.
But some of them I've found do stay around here. If they can find open water, they will stay around here.
Now, the last couple winters, I think we've had pretty much open water. We haven't had two. Saints have to be careful here. They've already had one block. They need to.
Josh White will do the punting for the Saints, standing on his own 37-yard line. Good snap from center. Gets a low one away.
That's all he had to do. Oh.
And not picked up at the 20. Takes a Southview bounce. It will be down on the 7-yard line. So the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 from their own 7.
You know, Ron, in the newspaper, that will be a booming kick that he dropped down on the 7-yard line.
It's amazing why that young man did not pick the ball up. I believe that was DeAndre Campbell back there.
Yeah, he picked up the last one, or somebody did when he shouldn't have, and this one they let go.
The official is either airing out his underarms or...
He's trying to fly away. He's trying to get with those geese. He wants to go south, too. I'm not sure he... Yeah, do zebras go south, Ron?
They're there.
They're not cold winter animals, are they?
Africa doesn't get too much snow. I don't see any flags on the field.
I don't know what we're doing here.
They lost their flag. We're on 6 right now.
I don't know what that call is.
Holding, push in the back?
Yeah, he crossed his arms.
People upstairs are a little upset over that call.
I don't think he knows what he's calling. I certainly didn't see a...
Oh, now it's against the Cardinals.
Maybe not. He might go back.
If he flips a coin...
Now, they could defer and wait for another choice. I don't have a clue what that call is. And I don't think I'm the only one that doesn't have a clue. Well, this guy must know because he's coming to talk to Tony and explain to him.
And the other official is on the far side talking to the
well, he's not
Cardinals.
A happy camper. You know what's interesting? Tony right there, when they threw the flag and made the call, he was yelling, hollering, it's a terrible call. And then when he pointed the other way, he said, good call, good job.
Well, the ball, after all of that, is staying right where,
they marked it
moved.
inside. They have the distance.
Half the distance. Absolutely. They're inside the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 from inside. They don't even have the chains in place yet.
No, they were. These guys are in as much a hurry as we are to get, and we're inside. I know why they're in a hurry. But, man, the chains weren't there.
Lamar Tucker, the ball carrier.
Man, that is a confusing 30 seconds there, Mr. Bacalar.
Gain of 8 yards by Tucker. 2nd down and 2 for the Cardinals as they were able to get out deep from inside the 5-yard line.
Quarterback did run that.
1st down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, we got it. He changed his number to 10, right?
Right, Lamar Tucker, number 10.
And that's probably the safe bet. Just give your ball to your quarterback, let him get it out there. Now they got a first down. Now they can go with something a little better.
From the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. The give this time is to Powell. Powell breaks away from tacklers up to the 30-yard line, finally brought down by Josh White.
Again, Ron, I don't know why. Now that he's gained 14 yards, let's throw another pass. That's what I asked Coach Feldman. I said, I don't know why they just wouldn't give the ball to him and say, either take us to the end zone or take us to the bus. Either way, nobody's touching the ball but him. And they can't stop him. It's 12, 14 yards at a time, and he's a punishing runner.
1st and 10 from their 31-yard line. Again, Powell, the ball carrier, breaks past tacklers. He's in the open and finally brought down from behind, making the tackle Devin English. A TD saving tackle.
I tell you, Ron, if I'm the head coach and my offensive coordinator calls a pass, I'm taking the headphones and cutting them and cutting the cord. Man. That's just power. That's just sheer.
Ball is on the 41-yard line in Southview territory, 1st and 10. We're down to 3:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. This time the ball carrier is the fullback, Howard Penland.
You know, Ron, I would think right now the only discussion that the Shaw coaching staff should have is whether we're running left or running right.
Penland picks up 5 yards on the play, 2nd down and 5.
That should be the only question. The quarterback runs over to get the play. They should just go like this or like this and touch the arm and let him go.
Powell, the ball carrier, 1st down, going for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown. Cardinals add 6 more points to the score. It's now 26-20.
Yeah, he's he's as good as we've seen, Ron. He's big. He's quick.
Cardinals going for the 2 extra points. On
There's
the
a
quarterback
flag.
keep.
There's a flag.
No good.
Somebody's offside. The referee's calling no good, so it must be against Shaw. He's got a motion. He's going to go that. It's going to be declined.
Declined by the Saints. So the score will remain with 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Southview 26, Shaw 20.
Now how big does that touchdown loom that on the punt that you tried to run the clock and throw passes and gave Southview that, you know, Southview's gotten 2 scores off of turnovers.
Last year when these 2 teams played at Shaw, Southview was victorious by a score of 28-14, and here it is 26-20. And we've got 2.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter and 12 full minutes left in the 4th and final quarter. Chris Hayes kicking off for Shaw. Lands on the 25, picked up by the Saints.
That's Brad Jones. 47, I believe. Again, they had to hurry up and get on that ball. That's what the Shaw staff was hollering. It's a live ball. You know, they got to get after it. Right now what they need, Ron, is a couple of first downs. Also, I don't know if it'd be much of a factor, but Shaw will have the wind in the 4th quarter. So if the Saints are going to do anything in the air, they might want to consider doing it soon.
From their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ferguson pitches back to Derrick Harvey. Harvey up close to the 29-yard line.
You know, Ron, I have to take my hat off and give kudos to these people that are sitting out here, the few that are here.
Yes, the very few that are here.
Amen to them for being out there, and because it has just been a miserable, miserable evening. And the few faithful football fans are here.
Trusting for the most part they are parents of either the football players and or the band members that performed.
Well, if they're band members, they should be gone because the band's gone.
No gain on that second down play. Jamil Hassan, the ball carrier. It'll be third down, 3rd and 5.
All week and then you play a couple songs at halftime and go. I know, man. I know. Right there.
No, you don't want to do that because then Jim Uzinski will want one.
The pass intended for Derrick Harvey, incomplete, brings up a 4th down, and a punting situation for the Southview Saints. We're laughing at the fact that Mark Feldman, the girls basketball coach at Southview, is sitting next to my partner Barry Buck, and you would think this was a basketball game the way he's all wound up.
No, this is.
And
no, he's asleep. I've seen him on a basketball court. This is like him being asleep right here.
He's getting tuned up for basketball. Anyway, our producer, director, cameraman Joe Bach kind of asked Mark if he'd like to have a headset. We do have extras with us, Mark, by the way. We do have some extras. All right, the punt going out of bounds at the 12-yard line. The Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 12.
That was a great punt down.
Josh White doing the punting and the kicking.
And again, in this weather, all you want to do is just get it across the line of scrimmage.
We've got 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Southview with a 6-point advantage.
Yeah, I think we know where the ball's going now.
Give is to Powell. This time he's not going to go quite as far as he was accustomed to doing the last time they were on the offense.
But he got 5 yards, and they're only down 1 score, so he can take 5 yards the rest of the way down the field. The Saints have to come up with a way to stop him, or because I think really what's happened all evening is Shaw's just kind of stopped themselves.
2nd down. This could be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Once again, Powell, the ball carrier, he is met at the line of scrimmage, able to pull his way forward about a yard or two. That'll bring up a 3rd down, and the quarter comes to an end with the score Southview 26, Shaw 20. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter right after this timeout.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seems so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and cause difficulty in learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. Each year, 4,000 more children in Ohio will make a trip to the emergency room with a sports-related eye injury. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund. Your dollar will help provide training and equipment for vision screeners, protective eyewear for youth sports teams, eye health and safety programs in schools, information and support for the families of children with amblyopia or lazy eye. Say yes to Save Our Sight and save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW or visit www.saveoursight.org.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
Back here at George Daniel Field, the start of the 4th and final quarter here. Shaw trailing by 6 points. Powell, and this time the Southview defense is rising to the occasion, bringing him down for a slight loss on that play. No first down, and all 3 times Powell, the ball carrier.
Well, you see, Ron, there's a play where they ran the ball wide, which gives the Southview defense a chance to react to that. They should have just tried to pop one, because that's what he's been breaking all night, is just straight dives, quick openers, and let him pop one. This one, it gives the defense a chance to react to, and they slowed him down enough to force the punt. And the last time they punted the ball, they threw it over his head. So let's hope that we have a repeat performance here.
Chris Hayes will do the punting for the Cardinals, or attempt to, standing on his 5-yard line. Good snap this time, gets the punt away.
Get out of the way, let it go.
Lands on the Shaw 40, goes out of bounds just beyond the 45, right at the 45. They're going to spot it. So the Saints have good field position, 1st and 10 from the Shaw 45.
Well, that's exactly what they needed, Ron, was a 3 and out, and they got the ball back, and they've got it in the Shaw side. So now, even if the Saints don't score, they should play most of this quarter on the Shaw side of the field. 45-yard line, you're almost in 4-down territory from the beginning. I mean, everything's rolling in the Saints' advantage right here.
They have to take advantage of it.
Right, they're into the win, but they shouldn't be throwing the ball anyway right now.
Derrick Harvey picking up a first down on the far side. Real razzle-dazzle. In fact, the Shaw Cardinals defense kind of stymied as to who had the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what,
I know
Ron,
I was for a moment.
They had him in the backfield. They almost tackled the handoff. See, they knew that counter's coming. Watch him jump over this, and that's a good play. Get out of bounds, and it's first down, and now you're definitely in 4-down territory. Take your time. I mean, I know there's 10 minutes left, but the Saints should be able to use 5 or 6 minutes of this 10 minutes left. If they don't score, that should at least give them not much time left.
Once again, Derrick Harvey, the ball carrier, and close to another first down. We'll see where they spot it. Pretty much where the chain was dropped to the ground as Harvey approached.
See, what you almost got to do, Ron, is you got to take one of your linebackers and hold him back and then shoot him in that gap, because they know that's where the play's coming. I mean, the tendencies for Southview to go there, they know it's a trap, and if they shoot a guy, see 34 came, but he came too deep. If he takes the right angle, he's got him caught at the line of scrimmage, and that's what they got to start doing.
2nd down and about a foot.
So they got to shoot that backside linebacker. He sees that guard pull. He's got to, we used to tell him, get in his hip pocket, and he will take you to the ball carrier, and that's what they need to do.
Todd Ferguson on the quarterback keep picks up the first down for the Southview Saints to the Shaw 20-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. And you know, Barry, something we talked about quite a bit last year and even the year before here at George Daniel Field. We've had this rain practically all day long this morning throughout this entire evening. Look how nice and clean those Southview uniforms still are. The numbers are still as plain as day. The Shaw Cardinals with the white jerseys, you can still see the white.
Yes, you can.
This field here at George Daniel Field is just in super excellent shape with unbelievably great drainage. Derrick Harvey, the ball carrier. Short yardage on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, even though as hard as the ground has been and as dry as it's been, this kind of rain, they can only take so much. And you're right. And this field is the only standing water that you see around the sidelines, and that's proof that the water is draining to the sides. You see down, if you saw almost by the track, you'll see puddles on the sidelines. Joe's going to get down there and get one. And that's the only puddles you see. There aren't any on the field.
And the reality, there's no grass there to soak up the water.
Right. But the water's draining this way. So you're right. It's a testament to Dale and his gang and the Lorraine City Schools for providing. And that's why, Ron, at the end of the season.
All right, on a 2nd and 10, there was no gain on that last play. And this time, for the first time, Todd Ferguson is going to be sacked. And they're going to bring the ball back to the 27-yard line. Big loss on the play.
As I was saying, Ron, that's why at the end of the year, there's always a tournament game here. Now you watch, if you go home, well, people watching this game, but we'll go home and watch the news tonight. You will see some schools where they're playing in mud.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be slopping around
definitely.
and rolling all around. And the other thing is that Lorain schools, this stadium has, is there's so much played on here. You got soccer games, you got 2 football. Every weekend there's a game here. Some of the schools, they only play 5 games a year on their field and they're done. 5 home games. There's 9 or 10 or 11 games played here.
Ferguson again setting up the screen, lets it go, and just didn't have enough arm to get it to Derrick Harvey.
Well, that's just too deep for the screen. He's got to eventually stop. He can't. He's ended up throwing the ball 30 yards because he's too far away from his receivers.
Brings up a 4th down.
The other thing, Ron, if you look at the next week in this stadium, you got a band March-a-Rama tomorrow night, so, scheduled. You got soccer Monday and Tuesday, 4 games. You got a junior high doubleheader on Wednesday. You have football games scheduled Friday and Saturday afternoon next weekend. So that's a lot of events here in the next 8 days.
All right, we've got a timeout on the field with 8 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter, with the score Southview 26 and the Shaw Cardinals 20. Want to take this opportunity to remind you that at the conclusion of the ball game, we'll be picking 2 of our Southview players of the game. One of them will receive 2 free passes to CC's Pizza, located on Cooper Foster Park Road across from the Amherst Plaza. And the other player will receive 2 free passes to the Palace Civic Center for a weekend movie of his choice. Once there, he and his partner will receive free boxes of popcorn and free soft drinks. Compliments of CC's Pizza and the Palace Civic Center, and we certainly want to thank them. Along with our other fine sponsors, Impressions at Tower Boulevard and Oberlin Avenue. The Southview Saints punting. Josh White gets the foot to the ball, and it's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 8:06 remaining in the ball game. Well, not exactly the scenario that you had hoped for.
That wasn't a good series, Ron. They only took off 2 minutes off the clock and gave the ball back to Shaw at the 20. They had everything going for them. As you said, they need to take advantage of that. And we talked before, you need to know how to win games, and that's one way you do it. You're giving the ball on your opponent's side of the field, 1st down, 10 minutes left in the game, you're up a score. Take advantage of it. And Southview tried to run 2 passes and just didn't work for him.
Well, here's hoping the Southview defense can rise to the occasion as they did in the last offensive series by the Cardinals, stopping Powell 3 times and a punt, 3 and out. This time from the shotgun, the quarterback, Lamar Tucker, brings the ball up to the 25-yard line.
Well, what they need to do, Ron, the Saints linebackers need to stay at home. They need to make sure they don't let Powell break one. Let him get 5 or 6 yards. That's what he has to do. Then if they go all the way down the field, then they're going to beat you. But what you don't want him to do is break one for 75 or 80.
Ball just over the 25, 2nd down and 5.
And again, Ron, as the weather's gotten worse, it's gotten colder, the ball's getting wetter, and now Shaw decides to go from a shotgun, which all kinds of things can happen there.
Yeah. Lamar Tucker, the ball carrier, no gain on the play.
It's a big 3rd down here for the Saints.
In fact, a loss of a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and a long 5.
Or a short 6.
Or a short 6, but I would prefer a long 5 in this case, to be honest with you.
Now we're going to have a timeout, I believe.
East Cleveland Shaw calling a timeout on the field. Want to remind you once again, you are cordially invited to the Lorain City Schools dedication ceremony and open house for the brand new Frank Jacinto Elementary School. It's going to be held on October 31st. That's a Sunday Also Halloween, so that should be quite a treat. The program starts at 2 p.m. Tours and free community cookout will take place from 3 until 5 p.m. So if you want to see your tax dollars from Ohio and locally at work and what kind of brand new schools they're building in this day and age, this will be your golden opportunity to do so. Sunday, October 31st, program begins at 2, and then the free tours and free cookout will begin at 3 o'clock and continue until 5 p.m. Third and 5 for the Cardinals. And this time Tucker's going to pass, almost hit from behind and almost intercepted by Derrick Harvey, the intended receiver for the Cardinals. Was number 28, who does not have a name on the roster. So we'll just say number 28 was the intended receiver. And that brings up a 4th and 5 and a punting situation for the Cardinals and a break for the Southview Saints. As we hopefully indicated, the defense did in fact rise to the occasion. But they're going for it on 4th down. Oh my! That is daring. Powell, the ball carrier, and he does in fact pick up the first down. From the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Once again, Powell, the ball carrier, across the 35. That'll bring up a 2nd down. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Six minutes remaining here in the 4th and final quarter. Southview with the 6-point advantage, 26-20. Once again, Powell, the ball carrier, and he lunges up close to the first down, but I don't believe he made it on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ron, that was a big gamble that they took there. That would have been the ball game had Shaw not gotten that first down, but now they're just going to take the ball down the field, and it's going to go in his hands, and the Saints need to come up with either a turnover or a big stop here.
Well, once again, the officials outguessed me and did in fact indicate the Cardinals picked up the first down. Shaw tripped up as he went through the line of scrimmage, but fell forward to pick up about 3 or 4 yards, bringing up a 2nd down.
I think the Saints were pretty lucky there. He had a pretty good size hole that he ran through and just got tripped up at the last minute.
2nd down and 7.
Under a little over 5 minutes left. The Saints need a big stop here. Or a turnover. That would help.
Tucker looking to pass, being chased by Juan Williams, and he's driven out of bounds. A big hit by Dominic Jones.
Yep, that was the the Shaw guys were yelling that they got a new linebacker up top, 83, and I think the quarterback just met him. That was a pretty big hit there by Dominic. Put his shoulder into him, knocked him out of bounds, stops the clock though. Now we're playing in the Southview end of the field here, and they have got to be careful.
Ball just over the 50. 3rd down and 2. Paul gets the handoff, picks up the first down for the Cardinals, up to about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, that guy that's running the chain is not going to get caught short again, because as soon as he broke that line of scrimmage, he was gone with that orange marker. So it's another 1st down, another set of downs for Shaw, and they're doing just what they need to do.
Handoff to the fullback, Howard Penland. Gets a couple of yards on the play, 2nd down.
You know, Ron, running backs like this young man Powell, they just get stronger as the game goes on. You think they'd get tired and they're getting worn out, but they just get stronger. I know when Raymond was here, he would just carry the ball and just get, as the game went on, he just kept saying, give me the ball in the fourth quarter, just give it to me. He's wearing them down, and the Saints they need a big stop here. There's
Powell gets the handoff, gets the first down, being chased on the far side, and finally driven out of bounds by Derrick Harvey. Inside the 20-yard line.
Saints need something to happen. I don't know if Tony needs to waste a timeout here to get his troops, because they're pretty beat. They've been out there most of the fourth quarter, and they need to regroup. And one way to do that is to take a timeout.
Ball is on the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Clock is stopped at 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
Somebody lost something back there. Now they're going to call a timeout. Here's a refereeing crew.
Timeout, Southview, 4:06 remaining, 26-20, Southview leading by 6. The Southview High School Army Jrotc Booster Club fundraiser is going to take place on Saturday, October 23rd from 5 until 8 p.m. And the fundraiser is an opportunity for you to fill your belly with a good steak at the VFW Post 451 at 4562 Oberlin Avenue here in Lorain. A donation for ticket and steak fry, $15. You can contact First Sergeant Obichi at 240-1262. That's 240-1262 for ticket information. Or you can contact Shelley Schulich at 282-1701, 282-1701. That's the Southview High School Army Jrotc Booster Club fundraiser steak fry, Saturday, October 23rd.
Ron, how did your interview go with the former Admiral King player that you were?
That is coming up on Monday, October 18th. He'll be coming in from Alliance to do the taping on Focus.
Oh, I thought
Steve Stola
here already. So that you're looking forward to that on Monday, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Talked to him today on by phone, and he's looking forward to it. Like I said, he has a real sordid past. Teacher, principal, now superintendent of Alliance Schools, football coach. He took over the Portsmouth football team that went 1-9 and in 3 years had them in the playoffs. Almost had an opportunity to coach here in Lorain, but it was at that time when we were having labor problems, and Ed Sinninger was the athletic director, and he suggested that Steve don't even bother because they were going to do a lot of riffing, and there was no guarantee that he'd be able to hold down a job.
Well, I remember.
So he never did come back to Lorain and he was quite involved with the military as well.
It's a big third down here. They got 3rd and 5. Of course, it's 4-down territory. We know where the ball's going.
Powell, the ball carrier.
Oh, he might have gotten it.
Clock is stopped with 2:58.
Admiral King played Portsmouth a few years back, Ron. I remember when my son was playing, and that was a long drive.
And it's a first down for the Cardinals, 1st and goal. The ball inside the 10-yard line. Ball is on the 8. Once again, Paul, the ball carrier, inside the 5, close to the goal line.
He's being met at the line of scrimmage, and he's just carrying the Saints defense the 2, 3, 4 yards that he needs, that he's gaining every time. Again, good running backs always fall forward. If he's 6 feet tall, that's 2 yards every time, just by automatically going forward. So look for him just to take this ball into the end zone, or at least try to, and the Saints need a big stop right here.
Quarterback keep. Lamar Tucker.
Yeah, I don't see a signal.
Loose ball.
Fumble. Oh, and they got it. They had to call him down up there.
Well, Paul recovered it, but as you indicated, it was down where he went down, Lamar Tucker. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal.
Now I hear the the Saints coaching staff is yelling because the Shaw coach was almost in the huddle.
Ball is on about the 2-yard line. This time the fullback takes it in, Howard Penland.
And now we have a 2-point conversion to...
We're all tied up at 26-26.
No, Coach Feldman's telling them to go for 1, but I don't think they've got a kicker, and they're going to go for 2. They're not even going to huddle up. They're just going for it.
Powell gets it, and he does not make it into the end zone. We are tied with 1:41 remaining in the ball game, 26-26.
A big play by Patrick McCray. Shot the gap, got in there. Coach Ramirez was trying to get a timeout for Southview, and the umpire didn't see him, or the official, and luckily for that, the Saints came in and stopped it. We'll see McCray shoot the gap, and somebody else on the bottom, Josh White, 33, also in the hole. Saints defended that one, and we're tied up. Now it'll be interesting to see what Southview does with a minute and a half left, if they try to score or play for overtime.
And if it should go to overtime, this may be the first game, I think, ever on TV. No?
The King Elyria game earlier this season.
That's right. That's right. It did go to
Southview's
overtime.
first one, but it was King Elyria was the first one ever.
That's right.
When they were down 26-7 and came back and tied it up on that great run by Pinkerton. Haven't had one in how many years, Ron? And then we've had 2 in same season. Not yet, as Joe says.
Picked up by Lorente. Lorente at the 30, and he's going to be brought down on about the 32-yard line. So the Southview Saints, with a minute 34 remaining in the ball game, will begin 1st and 10 from their own 32. The Focus program coming up next week on TV 20. We had an opportunity to interview Dan Metelsky, former state representative from the Lorain area, now with the Ohio Lottery. And we talked about just exactly what is the Ohio Lottery doing for public education in Ohio, amongst other things, and rather informative.
I have to tell
Ron Williams, the ball carrier.
Tell our producer that had a couple people last Sunday comment about the golf match, how he followed the people around, and they thought that was pretty good because you saw hole by hole, and it was good advertisement for Lorain City Schools.
Gain of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Ferguson passing, connects with Ryan Harvey. Ryan Harvey with a 1st down in Cardinal territory.
Wow.
And the clock is stopped as they move the chains. The Saints all lined up, ready to go.
If those chain guys are pretty smart, they'll take their other referee start. See, he's starting the game, and he don't even know if the chains are ready yet.
Ferguson looking to pass in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and there is a flag in the backfield.
I think that's going to be a face mask. No, he's got a hold. He's got a hold on the offense. I thought when he threw that flag, it was well after Ferguson was tackled. But he called a hold. This is a play before we're seeing here. One of the Harvey guys caught it. And
Ryan.
I'm not going to make the mistake. I'm just going to say it's one of the Harvey guys. That's from the point of the foul. It's a big penalty because it was in the backfield, Ron, so this ends up being a 20-yard penalty.
And there is another flag, this time on the bench.
That's on Coach's shoulders. And you know what, Ron? At this point, that flag is immaterial because they're going to march another 15, and then Saints are just going to play for overtime now. But Tony's got to be careful he doesn't get.
What's that?
See, this guy, this official, I don't know if we can see it down here, but he's arguing with Tony, and you just got to make the call and move on. You know, you threw the flag, and Tony's got to be careful he doesn't get another one. Yeah, and I think he called Tony for being on the field, and that guy from the other side was out in the.
Well, Tony gave the official a little pat on the back, so they're departing good friends.
Well,
we will assume.
Looks like he's warning him. He didn't mark the ball off, and now that's what the Shaw coach is going to say. If you throw the flag,
You need to tell the Shaw coach to stay on the sideline also.
well, if you throw the flag, you got to count it. You know, you got to mark it off.
He's in the huddle all the time, man.
A little shuttle pass in the backfield. That's going to be an incomplete pass. It went forward. No fumble.
See, Shaw thinks they have the ball. They don't realize that was a.
Look, he's in the huddle right now. He's always in the huddle. No, that's what I'm talking about. What about a warning, buddy? You got to watch both sides of the field, buddy.
Well,
boy, we have a lot of
help tonight, don't we?
A lot of help tonight.
How would we able to do this for 8 games, Ron, without all this help?
Press box quarterbacks, press box coaches, I'm telling you. Sometimes I think it's more entertaining up here than it is down there. Ferguson to pass, a long one downfield, no one, and they could not even intercept.
Yeah, Coach Feldman has got the coach in him coming out. He wants what's done for the other guy. He's
Darrell Strouder for Shaw back there. Could have had the ball, but didn't come up with it. That brings up a 3rd down in long yardage. 3rd down in about 24, 25 yards. 25.
Southview better be careful here. They don't want to turn the ball over. Just, get out of it and play for over. But, they got the advantage because they've got the big running back.
Juan Williams, the ball carrier, gets it up to the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down and 15 for Southview. On the running play, the clock is stopped with 27 seconds. Apparently, Shaw has called a timeout.
I was going to say, if that was Southview calling the timeout, they should have waited until the clock got down and then run one play and then hope that you can do something. If you don't make it now, you give Shaw the ball back with 20 seconds left. It's all about clock management.
Want to remind you one more time about the night at the races to benefit Southview men's basketball. Going to be held Saturday, November 6th from 6:30 until 11 at the Lorain PACC Hall at the corner of Caroline Avenue and East 28th Street. There will be food, entertainment, beverages, races, $10 donation per ticket, $10 to purchase a horse, $50 donation to sponsor a race. And you can contact head basketball coach Brian Corey by calling him at 989-8800, 989-8800. Call him for tickets or horse sponsorship forms.
That was close.
Yeah.
Been a long night.
How many timeouts they have?
And more confusion in the press box than what I'm normally accustomed to.
It'll all work out, Mr.
Yes, it will. I know it will, without a doubt. Josh White from his 50-yard line gets the foot to the ball, and it will be down at about the 27, where the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 with 18.5 seconds remaining in the ball game.
You know what I find kind of ironic, Mr. Bacalar, is Coach Feldman and Little Feldman are both garbed in blue and gold. Yeah, he's got a big M on his shirt. I hope that's a Mickey Mouse coat. But the Southview coach is garbed in blue and gold.
You can say the dreaded word, Michigan.
I can't.
I'll say it
He's
then.
in the Admiral King colors. That's what I'm inferring, that he's in the Admiral King colors.
Yeah, with Michigan on the back.
That says Mickey Mouse. It doesn't bother me that an old guy like Mr. Feldman wears it, but he's polluting his son by that should be like child abuse or something. There's got to be grounds.
Lamar Tucker, the quarterback, keeping the ball, picks up 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 1 with 12 seconds now remaining in the ball game. Clock stopped with the ball carrier going out of bounds. From the shotgun again, Tucker keeps the ball. Far side, sidelines, 1st down.
And the the guy upstairs for Southview is doing as much as he can to get to overtime because the clock just lost about 2 more seconds. But then again, the game is officially run on the field. I'll explain that to you, Coach Feldman, here shortly. He wants to know how overtime works. We'll explain it to you here. Because it is a little different. And I watched overtime the other day in the pros. The first team won the toss, got the ball, scored, game was over.
From the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, Tucker, and he's going to be still running now, coming near side, breaking away from tacklers in the backfield. Now he's going east to the far side and finally out of bounds.
His own player knocked him out of bounds.
With no time left, and he is slow getting up. The time has run out on the clock, and we assume that the official also no, I'm not going to assume anything with this crew.
Joe wants a timeout here, Ron.
All right, I guess we're going to go into overtime, and we'll be back for that right after this timeout.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. And I won't back down.
Back here at George Daniel Stadium, the captains of both teams are out on the middle of the field, as you can see, talking to the officials. And we're going to have another coin toss. Yes, a coin toss. It's been a long night. Go ahead, Buckaroo.
All right, again, they're going to toss the coin. The winning team will decide whether they want to play offense or defense. Most times you want to play defense so you know what you have to do. If they score a touchdown, you have to score a touchdown. If they don't score, you need a field goal to win. The losing coin toss team will then decide which end of the field they play on. They'll play the entire overtime on that end of the field, and they start from the 30. Each team gets at least one chance to score. They get first downs. It's played like a regular football game, except there is no time running on the clock. Unlike the pros, where if the first team scores, it's sudden death, it's over. High school, both teams get a chance.
And the same holds true in college football.
Right, but in college, after the third score, they have to go for 2. They can't keep kicking it.
All right, there's the toss of the coin. And
So
Shaw
Shaw
Cardinals have won the toss for the second time. They won the toss at the beginning of the ball game, electing to receive.
Again, they should be playing defense.
And we're going to play the overtime at the north end of the field.
See, that'll be an advantage to Southview if they're going to throw the ball a little bit. They'll at least have the wind at their back.
The Cardinals are going to go on the defense to begin overtime, and the Saints will begin from the 30 to put some points on the board, hopefully. Noticing Josh White is kind of limping off the field.
And the rain seems to have let up. I think they start on the 30. But no, I guess they're going to the 20.
Told you.
I really thought 20 was kind of close.
20 high school, 30 college.
Well, that's somebody down there's got a cowbell.
Just a quick reminder, the Lorraine Sports Hall of Fame, honoring Lorraine's all-time greatest athletes, are now accepting nominations for eligible candidates, and they will accept nominations until October 31st of this month, October 31st. Nomination applications, forms, and eligibility rules are available at the website www.LorraineSportsHallOfFame, all one word, LorraineSportsHallOfFame.com. Or you can contact some of the Lorraine Sports Hall of Fame committee members, Ron Feldkamp, at 244-3449, 244-3449. Bob Lasecki at 245-2829, 245-2829, or Ted Driscoll, 984-2802, 984-2802. And a little bit of a reversal here. It's Derrick Harvey getting the ball. Picks up maybe 3 yards on the initial play.
When that play took off, it looked like it had a lot of potential. And
yes, it did.
The Shaw defenders reacted very well and came back and shut it down. Again, when you run that kind of a play run in overtime with 2 handoffs, you're expecting more than 3 yards. That's what you're hoping for.
Well, and actually, they only got 2 yards, so it's 2nd down and 8.
And Shaw was played that very well. So
another counter. This time it's Ryan Harvey. Ryan Harvey picking up the 1st down, getting inside the 10-yard line, close to the 5.
Ron, we're going to see, if we see this play again, we're going to see, I believe it was number 65, Rodney Tolson, again throws a great block. He pulled and just kicked out, and Ryan Harvey, we'll see 55. Watch his block right here. He just buries him. That's Eddie Hall, and that's a great run, and the Saints have 1st and goal from the
5-yard
line.
The pitch comes back to Ryan Harvey and Derrick Harvey. Derrick Harvey, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Ron, that play was started out as a sweep, and he just stopped in mid-stride and cut it right up the center, and the Shaw defenders were too quick that time, and he went right up the middle for the score. Now, this is going to be interesting because I think the 2-point conversion, we'll see him. The 2-point conversion is going to play very, very heavily in this overtime because usually it's the kicking game that decides it. But both teams are going for 2.
Derrick Harvey in motion. The pitch comes back to him. He can't hang on to it. So the attempt on the 2 extra points fails. Southview has a 6-point advantage here in overtime. The 2 teams will go to the sideline, and the offense will come on for Shaw. The defense will come on for the Saints. And the Cardinals will begin their drive from the 20.
See, Ron, this is the reason that when you win the toss, you want to play defense because now your opponents have scored a touchdown. You know that you need to score a touchdown. And if then Southview had gotten the conversion, the best that they could have done was tied it. But now Shaw, when you're starting from the 20, you're automatically playing 4 downs. It's 4-down territory, especially when you don't have a field goal kicker or an extra point kicker. So they're going to just go for it.
Pitch comes back to Omar Powell. He is being brought down from behind. Who had a hold of that? That was Josh White.
He just went along for the ride.
Josh White grabbed a hold of his jersey and was dragged along for a couple of yards.
But he did slow him down enough to get help. I mean,
absolutely.
We'll see him get a hold of him, and he's just holding on, and there he goes. But he didn't gain 4 yards, and I got to believe if he didn't have a hold of him, he probably would have gotten the corner and could have been for the house. So
gain of 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7. Once again, Powell, the ball carrier, doesn't get too much on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd down. But like you indicated, Barry, they are definitely in 4th down territory.
Well, especially now that they're down a touchdown, they know they have to.
3rd down and 3.
This game could come down to someone turning the ball over in the overtime here. And that's what the Saints need right now. Right there.
A little bit of a mix-up in the backfield, and Tucker could not hand it off.
That's Alan Quattlebaum had a hold of him. Number 22 was one of them. But there were a bunch there, but it looked like it was discombobulated from the beginning here. He didn't know what to do, and he ran into the wrong guy, and all kinds of people on him. So number 55 was in there. Eddie Hall. So this is there's the timeout. I also believe, Ron, that you have you're given one more timeout in overtime. So if you carry one, you can have two, but they were out of timeout, so this is their one and only, so they need it right here.
There was a loss of a yard on the play, so the Cardinals, following the timeout, will have a 4th and 4 situation.
You know, Ron, if I were Shaw, I think everybody in the house is anticipating the ball going to Powell. I might have the quarterback keep it.
Or as in the case of the touchdown, give it off to the fullback, Howard Penland.
Yep, either one. Everybody knows that Powell's going to try to, that's who they think the ball's going to, so that's what you try to defend. You may want to look for someone else to run it, but then again, he's the guy that's gotten you here, so. I don't think you're going to throw it. I think you're going to run it for the score, for the first down.
Tucker with it. Tucker's going to hang on to it. Tucker, and he bulls forward across the 10-yard line. He picks up the first down for Shaw.
Are you going to measure?
No, I think he's got it.
How about a measurement? We don't do that anymore?
No, he was.
They only measure on Sunday?
Well, we know who to keep out of here from now on.
Absolutely. Put a lock on the door next time Southview plays.
I think we'd rather have Jacinto up here. Big first down.
1st and goal for the Cardinals on the 8-yard line.
Now Powell's going to carry it for 4 plays.
Powell gets inside the 5-yard line.
You got a kicker game over.
That was a big play, and they did exactly what I anticipated they were going to do, give the ball to the quarterback. He got outside, turned the corner, and got the first down.
Ball is just inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Tucker hands it off to Powell. Powell coming around the right side, and they had him in. He was able to fall forward, maybe a yard or two.
I think Quattlebaum and Josh White both had him in the backfield, and he stiff-armed one of them enough to turn the corner. It's a strong young man right here. They had him.
Picked up a yard. It's 3rd and goal on the 4.
Man, they had him in probably at the 7 or the 8, and he broke the tackle of Quattlebaum and then turned the corner.
Cardinals call another timeout.
Oh, I don't know how they. I don't know. Well, they must.
Anyway, attention organizations looking for interesting programs. Lorain City Schools is offering programs on the school district's history. The programs vary in length from 20 minutes to 1 hour, and they can be tailored to fit the organization's preference. There's no charge for any of these programs, absolutely free. You want to contact Jim Smith, the school historian, at 233-2240, 233-2240, and he can give you a blow-by-blow description of each of the 6 programs available for your organization. Absolutely free. Call Jim Smith, 233-2240. Once again, Tucker, the quarterback, on a keeper.
You know, Ron, that Bedford coach left a little bit ago. He's going to have a hard time explaining what did Southview do in the overtime.
Well, we've got a 4th down and goal. The ball is on the 2-yard line.
Somebody's calling a timeout. Now Southview's calling
calls
one.
a timeout. And we'll be back right after this.
I don't know if I'd do that. That gives them an opportunity to.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, it could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
All right, a major play here in the.
Oh, they got him!
He's hit in the backfield, breaks away,
And he didn't
and
score.
He did not get in the end zone. It is a Southview victory, 32-26 in overtime. The Saints were able to hold the big tailback from getting into that end zone. What an unbelievable defensive performance by the Southview Saints.
I'm hoping we get to see that again. I want to see who stepped up and got him. But, you know, Powell almost broke it. They had him again, and he almost got to the end zone. And that's a great effort, and that's the kind of game that you hope.
All right, here it is. Powell gets
they had him in the backfield. Josh White had him again.
White. Yep.
Patrick McCray. And the Saints are coming. That's
Ryan Reddinger, one of the other defensive players, getting up from the pile. So a great job by the Southview defense. They have a victory in the basket. And Barry and I will be back to wrap it up and to pick our 2 players of the game right after this timeout.
Hi, this is Tim McGraw. Today and every day is the right time to support the American Red Cross, who gives disaster assistance to people when they need it most. You can help the victims of thousands of disasters across the country each year by making a financial gift to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, which enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, food, counseling, and other assistance to those in need. Please call 1-800-HELP now. Together, we can save a life.
Well, it's certainly one of those rare moments. The press box is practically empty except for the 3 of us and one of the stadium crew members, and we had a victory tonight here at George Daniel Field, 32-26. The Southview Saints over the Cardinals of East Cleveland Shaw. So Tony Shoulders' team goes to 3-5 on the season, while the Cardinals are now 1-7. Your assessment of the game, Barry?
Well, we stated at the beginning, Ronnie, regardless of the records, the 2 teams were evenly matched. They both gave the ball up. They both made mistakes. They both had big plays. They did it when they had to, and the Saints came out in overtime. Haven't had a game here in overtime in however many years as we've been doing this, and now we've had 2 this season.
And one ended in a loss, Admiral King losing to Elyria in overtime. So it was a joy to see a Lorain team, namely Tony Shoulders and the Southview Saints, victorious in overtime.
Yes, and it was good to see them come out. They stopped him when they had to. It was 4th and goal. They had him in the backfield. The running back Powell for East for Shaw had just broken another one, and they got him at the 1, stopped him, and the Saints win it in overtime.
Well, we need to pick our 2 players of the game, and by golly, we have 2 brothers who are going to be the players of the game tonight, namely the sophomore Ryan Harvey and the senior Derrick Harvey. So Derrick Harvey will be our Palace Civic Center player of the game. Derrick will receive 2 free passes to the Palace Civic Center for a weekend movie of his choice. Once there, he and his partner, and possibly even his brother, will get 2 boxes of popcorn and 2 soft drinks. And your thoughts on Derrick's performance?
Well, you know, they both carried the ball when they had to. They ran the counters. They both played defense. It was very difficult who to pick, and we just said, why not just pick them both, and let's go from there.
Okay, and the CC's player of the game is sophomore brother Ryan Harvey. Ryan will receive 2 free passes to CC's Pizza, and he and his partner, and it could be Derrick, I mean, what goes around comes around, will go to CC's across from the Amherst Plaza on Cooper Foster Park Road and be able to indulge in their fine salad bar, the pastas, and all their assortments of pizzas available at CC's. So again, congratulations to Derrick and Ryan Harvey. Congratulations to the Southview Saints. Congratulations to Tony Shoulders and his coaching staff for the big victory tonight. Barry, can't say with any certainty that we'll be back here next week, Friday, to bring you week 9 of high school football, because as I'm sure the whole city of Lorain knows via the print media, there is the possibility that there will be a work stoppage on the part of the educators and the custodial staff, secretaries, etc. And if that should be the case, There will be no further extracurricular activities. That would eliminate the Friday night football game between Admiral King and Mentor and the Saturday afternoon football game here at George Daniel between Bedford and Southview. So we'll just kind of keep our fingers crossed that things can work in a positive direction this coming week and that football will return to George Daniel Field. If not, hopefully we'll see you in the new year with basketball on TV 20.
Two of us will be here Wednesday.
That's right. There's going to be soccer Monday on TV 20 with Neil Summers. You and Tim Alcorn of WEOL will be here Wednesday of next week. That would be October 20th for the 7th and 8th grade middle school football games, Whittier against Lorain Middle. And then we'll just have to sit back and see what happens after that. So if we see you next Friday night, or if I see you, Barry will see you Wednesday. If I see you next Friday night, great. If not, we'll see you in basketball in the new year. Until such time, for my partner, Barry Buck, our cameraman, producer, and director, Joe Bach, I'm Ron Baccalar. Good night, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.
Looking for that special gift for someone who remembers Lorraine in the 50s? Maybe that someone is you or someone you know. Well, look no more. Lorraine and Industrial Empire, 1953, the video, can be yours for only $25. Order now and receive a second program. Your Lorain County Sheriff, 1960, free. See Lorraine in all its glory. Look for people you know. Watch Sheriff Vernon Smith and his deputies shoot it out with a gang of armed robbers. Return to Lorraine 50 years ago, the Lorraine you grew up in. Bring back these wonderful memories for the low price of only $25. Call or email now. 233-2204 or jsmith@loraineschools.org.